Hello and thanks for joining me for some more StarMiner. Where the game is currently in early access. We're playing on the beta branch and we're playing in sandbox mode. And today we're going to be doing a bit more of a complex build. So this is our original research and production thingy over here. Looks pretty ugly. It's got way too many solar panels and stuff on it, and so we're going to redo that, and we're going to build a basically a distribution hub, and it's going to have automated sorting on it, and we'll scrap this. So I've turned off all of my automated trades apart from resupplying our builder, which I've also chucked an extra metal storage on the back. So we'll get some research. In general, we are going to be using this T3 core down in fleet here. We want the T2 shipyard. Now you'll need to get the trade ship port to unlock that. I haven't really found that that's very useful at the moment, but we will be using this today. And I guess we've got a few more points left to spend, so maybe we'll grab that. Alright, that should do us for now. Okay, so this is Bob, our builder. We've got our hangar ship up here, which has got a bunch of supplies. Our original lab there, and then the dead rock outpost over here. So I do have this construction turned off. We're going to place a build point, which is going to put it at his bomb. Let's slide that across over this way a bit. Over this way a little bit. Alright. And maybe down a little bit. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, so let's start off with a T2 Hulk node, and then we are going to click over onto it, and let's just rename it. And we are going to call this dist for distribution A. And putting the A is going to list it at the top of our list when we're looking for it later on. But on the side here, go into build mode. We are going to put the T3 core nodule, and you'll see it has an antenna up there. If we press R, we can rotate it, put it upside down. Oops. And also, depending on which side you put it on, is which side that antenna is going to be on. So I'm going to flip that so it's upside down there. On the bottom of here, we are going to pop in our T2 manufacturing. Sorry, T2. On the bottom of this one, we are going to put in a T2 Hulk node. On the side of this, I'm going to put in a big T2 thermal module. On the other side of this, we are going to put in our T3 refinery. And then in the middle here, pop a battery there. And another one on this side. And then on there. We're not going to use the big solar panels, seeing as they do take up staff which drink water. We don't really need them, so we're just gonna use a bunch of these ones. We'll put 5 along there, and we're going to do the same on this side. And I'm going to put a few sticking out this way as well. Solar panel there. Okay. Now, if we have a look at, let me just disable the HUD for a second. If we have a look at this core node, what you'll see is that there's a long bit and a short bit, and a long bit and a short bit, a long bit and a short bit. These short bits are bugged out. If you try and dock, whenever I try to dock on these things, it bugs out. Even if I put a Hulk node on there first and then try to dock to it, it bugs out. You can't recover from it. The only way you can fix it is to reload an earlier save. So keep that in mind. If you want to do any docking, you want to do it on these bits, not on the short bits. Alright. So, from here, yeah, this whole ring here, this has a bunch of storage, but what it doesn't have is any water storage. So we are going to put in a T2 water storage on there. On top of there, we are going to put in another T2 Hulk node. And then on here, on the side of this, we're going to pop another one of these. This time the aerial's facing up, otherwise it wouldn't fit like that. That's why we put that one upside down. And we've got the aerials both on the same side. Okay. So, on this section, which is the shorter bit, we are going to pop a lab. And another one on this side. Over here, we are going to put in the large habitat. Now we're not going to fill it up. Don't really need it that big. So you could get by with about maybe 4 or 5 of the little ones, or not even, maybe 3 or 4 of the little ones actually. But we'll use this, that's fine. Okay. Over here, we are going to put a T2 slant node. Going to have that facing up like that. Alright. I'm going to put another one of those here. Okay. Now, on these longer sections, we are going to put in a Hulk node on each of those all the way around. And we're going to do the same on the top there. We should end up with 4 on top and 4 on bottom. So it's on every second one. Alright, and that should be using up all of the spots on the bottom ring. And we've got 3 left on the top ring. And on these 3, we are just going to put in the big T2 cargo bay. Alright, now on these T2 Hulk nodes here, let's have a look. Okay, on the one down here, I'm going to put in a small hangar bay. This one. That's going to be for a little constructor just to do any repairs or whatever that it needs to do. Alright, now on these ones though, here we are going to pop in a small battery on there. Going to do the same on all of these. And the same on the top ones. Okay. On the bottom of these, we are going to put a small solar panel all the way around. And the same on the top ones. Alright, and on the other side of the bottom there, we're going to put in a small thermal radiator. And we'll do the same with the bottom ones. Okay. Now, on our little slant pieces here, we are going to put in our shipyard. By default, it's going to put it sideways. I'm going to press R a couple of times to turn it around so it's sticking out that way. And we're going to pop one up the top here too. I'm going to do the same, press R a couple of times. Alright, that's pretty much it. So at this point you might want to save type it in there. I'm just going to overwrite this one. Save your blueprint so you can do it later. Now we're going to grab Bob here and activate his construction.
Construction completed.
Just going to get him in a little bit closer there.
Construction completed.
Okay. So that's going to take him a while. Let's go over to our lab over here. And we're going to start scrapping all this. When you are scrapping, you want to make sure that you have enough space for your metal. But we'll scrap all the guns.
Construction completed.
We'll scrap the labs.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
Scrap that.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
We'll scrap these. Yeah, I will have a bit of a talk maybe in another video about the hangar bays and the cargo bays, because I thought they worked completely different. I thought that they worked in conjunction with each other. That is not the case. They are completely separate entities. You do not need haulers. See, I thought you needed haulers that worked through the cargo base, but that's not the case.
Completed. Construction completed.
Alright. We don't need this. So at the moment I'm scrapping everything except for the habitats. And the large storage.
Construction completed. Construction completed.
All right. Okay. Scrap these. Scrap these solar panels. There's a battery there. Alright, still got plenty of storage, so scrap that. Scrap that one. Scrap that one. Okay, so that's all of our workers freed up. Let's scrap that. Alright, let's have a look at what's going on over here. Okay, so we do have our water storage and we have a cargo bay up and running, and these are just all the supplies coming to resupply our builder. But we are going to bring in, well, not to Bob, into our station. Let's bring in some water. And we'll bring in a couple of other supplies as well. Let's grab... Alright, well, we haven't got any storage for anything else just yet, till these get built. Alright, so let's get back to our lab for a minute. Okay. So, what we'll do here, let's just sell off some of this stuff. Let's close that. Trade. Let's just sell off some of this iron and some of these silicates. That'll do it for the time being. And that'll take a little while. And this is going to take a while to finish as well. So what I'll do, let me see. Where's our habitats on the other side? Alright, that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll let this build away and I'll come back to you once it's all done, or at least when most of it's done. Oh well, yeah, we'll see, unless anything interesting happens. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so we've got most of it done. A few bits and pieces to go yet. So what we'll do, should be able to bring some supplies into storage now. So we're just going to grab a small amount of iron. Let's just grab 200. Grab 200 silicates. Just grab 100 cobalt. Don't know if we need the thorium, but we'll take it. Alright. So we'll get that coming in from our hangar ship. And then our lab. Okay. Does look like our lab has finished transferring all of that stuff. But what we're going to do now is trade with our new station. And we are going to deposit colonists. I don't think we need them all, but I'll send them all. Anyway, that'll take a minute or two. And I'll wait till they've cleared out. And then we'll finish wrapping all this. So let's get back up here and see. There's just a few more bits and pieces to do on the other side. So we need to spin Bob around to the other side there. What we will do as well is okay, down here
construction completed.
We will build a constructor there.
Warning, low energy. Construction completed.
And okay, on here we are going to build a trade ship. And I don't know how useful it's going to be in this sector. There's not really any enemies, but I suppose some could come in. But we're going to build the frigate. Probably not going to be able to see it in action, but we'll have a look at it. And this gets built from within the station, just like your haulers and whatever, and that's why we need some supplies in there.
Upgrade complete.
These also require staff. Alright, so let's have a look at our lab over here.
Completed.
Let's see. Okay, so we have got all of our stuff over here. A couple of them will go in there. A couple have gone in there. Let me see. Alright. I don't think we're going to be using any more of the staff, so I'm going to send our excess staff up here.
Construction completed.
And we're just waiting on a couple more bits and pieces to get done over here. And Bob's not even in range. The little constructors are doing it. Wondering why. I was trying to move Bob and I actually had the station selected. I was wondering why it was moving in the wrong direction. That's fine. Alright. I think we're actually pretty much finished on here for the main part. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come over to these over here. This one here, we are going to detach it, and it's going to ask us to name it. And we're going to call this one dist boards, and as it detaches we're going to press S and come back in, and we're going to dock. And then we're going to put a T2 cargo bay on there. Alright, going to do the same with this one here. We are going to detach this one.
Construction completed.
We'll call this water and bring it back in the dock. Yeah, we don't build the T2 until we've detached it. As soon as you put a T2 nodule on there, you can't detach it. Come around here. Let's detach this one. We need to select our main one. And this one, let's call this one iron.
Construction completed.
And this one, let's attach this one. And bring it back in and dock it. Our cargo bay on there. Okay. This one up here. Let me see. let's do this one. We'll detach this one.
Construction completed.
And that can be cobalt. Bring it back in. This one, I'm going to put the cargo bay on the bottom of it. Okay, this one. Oh, got to select the main one. Attach this one.
Construction completed.
And this one can be thorium. And then we'll dock it back up again. Pop cargo bay on there. Alright. This one. Now, we don't really have any aeonite in this system. But
Construction completed.
we'll be able to use this in between systems.
Warning, hull
Oops.
breach detected.
Crashed into it. Okay. We are going to put the cargo bay on there. And that leaves us with one more. And what I'll do, we will divide this one sort of between two resources. Let's detach this one and we're just going to call it
Construction completed.
fuel. Bring it back in. Put our cargo bay on it.
Construction completed.
Okay. Let's grab Bob and get him to move out of the way.
Autopilot online.
Let's get back to our lab. Alright, so our lab has no people on it, which means that we can scrap the habitats. From there. And there's one more. Where is it? Where's that last habitat? Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's scrap that. Okay, we can scrap these. Alright. We'll scrap the battery. Then we're going to scrap this. Scrap this. We'll scrap this. Okay. Now we've got a bunch of storage pods floating in space. So, we are going to grab this guy. Yeah. You hover over, that's the shipyard, that's the trade ship. We are going to click on this guy and go pick up. And then we can click on one of these so we can come over here. Bring us over here. Any of these green spots we can click on. So let's grab that one. And once he's picked it up, we can click on him again and we can go drop. And we're going to go to our water. That's the wrong one. We don't want him on the water. Alright, he's going to put it there anyway. See if we can change that. We want that one on this one here. Alright, we can go back to our main thing. We can get him to go pick up another one. So let's bring him back over here. This one's the water. Get him to pick that one up. And we'll get him to drop that. This time it is the water we want. So it'll be this one here. And you can wait for him to come and redock up here, that's fine, but okay, now his path is blocked here. And he might get stuck there, or he might figure his way around. So looks like he might be finding his way around. Maybe we'll take one of them solar panels off. It's not really going to matter too much, because he is going to get around there eventually. All right. Now we'll get him to pick up another one of these over here. Pick up that metal storage there. Okay. Bob, did I not tell you to get out of there? Did we not? Click on that. Click on that, please. Okay, now Bob, can you please move? Move your ass. Bob, seriously. Alright. I think maybe we need to put a thruster on Bob. So I don't know if we want to dock him just yet, but we'll leave him about here somewhere. He'll still be out of the way for the time being. Alright, let's have a look at what's going on here. Okay, so he's brought this one in. Let's get him to pop that. Yes, you can pop that one on the silicates. And go pick up the other ones. So what I'll do is I'll bring these back and I'll pop them on the iron, the cobalt and the thorium. And I'll come back to you once he's finished dropping all them off. So I'll see you in another moment. Okay, so we've picked up all the storage containers from our lab. Just leaves 2 here that don't have one. So we'll just build one on each of these. Let me see. This one. Yep. This one is going to need a metal storage. No, not that. Oh my god. Scrap that. Okay. Please. On there. Metal storage. And this one here is going to be our fuel, so that needs a parts storage, so let's pop that on there. Okay, so now all these are docked. Let's go to our cobalt, that's this one, and we can have a look and we can see that we've got a bunch of stuff in there left over from our lab. What we can do, alright, what I'm going to do first, let's click on our main one. Let's go down to this Hulk node here and right click on there. And we're going to make that the root module. And then what that should do, didn't really do much, but it should bring this down a little bit. But what we'll do, okay, so we've got our cobalt one active, and if we right click on our distribution A and we go trade, now because we are docked, we can deposit everything except for the cobalt. And that'll be instant because we're docked. Now if we set it up in automation, it'll take a bit longer because they'll actually use the cargo drones. But we will go to our iron and we'll do the same thing. So we right click on the main one. Or we could actually deposit that straight to the cobalt. That's fine. We'll leave that. Actually, no, we will. We'll deposit some wards. We haven't actually built any guns on here at the moment, so we don't really need the ordnance. But we'll do it anyway. Alright, silicates. So let's deposit anything that's not silicates. Confirm that. Thorium. None of that's thorium, so we'll deposit all of that. Water should be pretty full on water, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Let me see. Fuel, we don't have any. Aeonite, we don't have any. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we'll go into our automation. And what we'll do is we'll go from distribution A to our boards. So we're going to be producing ordnance here. So let's go ordnance. Let's go 100 if we've got more than 999. Okay. And see, I've named them, they're all in, they all should be in alphabetical order, and the dist A would be at the top if it wasn't selected right now. So if I go any station, dist A is at the top. Alright, so we'll go water, and so we'll probably will be producing water here. Well, if there's any ice left, but we can send ice here from somewhere else, so we're going to do the same thing as the ordnance. We want to keep a bit of water there. So I'm going to say 999. That's the biggest number we can put in there, even though we can hold a lot more than that. So let's do that. Iron. Okay, I guess we'll do that. Let's go dist A and iron. Okay, so iron. Let's do, let's say 100. If we have more than, say 149, we'll keep a few in stock.
Construction completed.
Let's go silicates, and we'll do the same thing. So from A, silicates, we'll go 100. If we got more than 149. Cobalt, we don't need to keep as much on us, so alright, let's say 50. If we got more than 9. Now, thorium. Alright, so thorium we're going to be making fuel. But we don't necessarily want to turn all of it into fuel. So what we'll do here is we will say, let's send 10. If we got more than 19. So that'll let us produce some fuel and then it'll stash some away. And we'll do the same with Ep08. I don't know if we use Ep08 for anything else other than fuel. And there is no Ep08 in this system that I've found yet, apart from what we can buy. Let me see. Ep08. So let's do the same. 10. 19. Alright. And then fuel. So fuel will be pretty slow going. What we'll do is we'll go nuclear fuel cell. And we're just going to leave it on 1 with no condition, but tick when condition is met. And we are going to also put the Ep08 fuel in there as well. And we're going to do the same setting on that. Alright, so that is going to automatically sort everything into all of these. And if we go on to any one of them. Okay, once that's full, we could have the option to just sell it. We could pick it up and transport it to somewhere else. Alright, so let's get back to our miners over here. And what we'll do... Okay, drill. I mean, we could send it straight to the silicates. Okay, we'll set that. Then we'll set another one for, I guess the iron. we've got quite a lot on us, so it's going to take a little while. So what we could actually do is we could come over here and we'll grab our guy over here and we can tell him to go pick up, and then we can go to our drill and we can just grab one of them whole storage containers. Let's just okay, we can't manage it while it's in the process of being picked up, but that's fine. So I probably should have done this before I started sending stuff away. But our little guy should be on his way. It'll take a little while. Here he comes. And he'll come pick that up off of there and take it back. So he'll pick that whole thing up off of there. And he'll fly it all the way back. Alright, so back over here, let's turn these on. Hey, I'm not sure, I don't recall sending iron chunks over there, but yep, these guys are distributing stuff all throughout. Let's have a look here. Okay, it's not quite full. Alright, so anyway, he's brought the container back, so we can manage the storage here. And we can empty it. And then we can tell him to go drop it back. And we can put it back where we came from. So there he goes. There's a bunch of stuff that I need to pick up over here too. But he'll go drop that off where it came from. And we can basically set this up however we want. And then if you wanted to, you could undock these and move them around to different places. You can put additional storages on them if you wanted to. So there we go. That will auto sort all your stuff. This frigate here now, I've never seen it in action. But what we can do is we can set up like a defense area.
Construction online.
We confirm that, and he should defend that area. Yeah, I'm not sure whether... Okay, so there's a few things where it's got a toggle, and we never really know whether the toggle is on or off. So these have the same thing with the toggle dump. Okay, the radiator is definitely on. So if you turn that off, this will retract and everything will heat up. So I'm not sure whether this frigate is effective, and I'm not sure whether that is toggled on or not. So I guess I'll find out sooner or later. And let's have a look. Okay, so he's dropped off that container. And he should be on his way home. Here he comes. Alright. So that is a self-sorting facility that you can do whatever with. And like I said, this here, it's not quite full, but if we wanted to, we could go, and it's hidden behind my logistics there, but you can go self-storage and they'll come and pick up the whole thing. So what I could do here is we can withdraw as many as we can fit in there. Well, I'll wait till this load here comes in and it should fill up. It's all coming in. Oh, maybe not. I've only got one auto trade bringing stuff in here. It's only 100 at a time. Doesn't have to be full. But what you can do is you can just go self-storage, which I accidentally did in a previous episode. And what will happen is that one of... where's our guy? One of these guys will come through the gate over here, and someone else will come pick that up and disappear with it. He won't bring it back, so we will need to replace it with an empty one. But we'll get paid for that. Off he goes. And we can just build a new a new storage on here. Where's my metal storage? Okay, let me click on the right thing. There we go. Alright. So I think that pretty much is going to do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.